the brush. What's good, guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Obviously, if you're, coming back, welcome back. So guys, today we're gonna be doing something new. Like, y'all about to get to know me because I'm about to hit y'all with a nice little crazy story time. So today, not only are we doing a story time, we're gonna be doing my makeup. All right, so I don't know, at first, wow, I just threw my brush at myself. So at first I wanted to do like something like a navy blue, maybe like a deep blue smoky eye, but then now I'm kind of like, nah, I think I'm just gonna do a sunset because I don't really want to do the navy blue with like a nude shirt. Like, it's just not gonna look good. I was like, nah. I kind of want something to bring out my hair a little bit more. And so why not? Before I start my story time, we're gonna be using one of my oldest palettes ever, and it looks dusty, so don't judge me. My Renaissance palette. Can't even speak. I'll be using this bad boy, Take Me to Brazil. Is it Take Me Back to Brazil? Yeah, Take Me Back to Brazil. Might throw in a little color pop. Might. Which palette is this? I Think I Love You. I'm gonna be telling you guys a crazy story about how I almost got my ass killed. Yes, killed. It's crazy. So one day, this is crazy. This is so crazy. Like, I feel so weird right now. So one day, right, I was drinking with my ex, and yeah, I was just drinking with him, and then like we were fooling around in the car, and then next minute, like, I don't know, he stopped, and I kind of was like, I wanted to continue. When you're drunk and you could become a little raged, that's kind of what happened. So I got angry because we stopped, and I'm just like, why are we stopping? Like, we were like going back and forth about it, and he's like, oh, we're in a car, we're outside, blah blah blah, just like going off on me. And then I became like, I'm drunk, so obviously I'm gonna become a little like annoyed, like, who you talking to, boy? Like, who are you really talking to? Like, you got me all the way, you got me all the way messed up. So he started getting crazy with me, and I got crazy back. And then I don't know what happened. I think he got really loud, so I yelled at him. Like, I was like, wow, like, I don't know what I did. Like, I just went off, and he cursed at me. Sis, like, no, we're not doing this. We're not about to. No. He really cursed me out. Like, he went off on me. So me, like I said, and I don't condone this, I got really fired up, and your girl reached from the back seat and had to hit him with it was just like, I was in shock. And like, honestly, I would never do this ever again. Like, I would never put my hands on anybody. We're like going back and forth arguing, and then next minute, like, I don't know, we're on the highway and I'm still going off, like, I'm mad and stuff, and he's getting crazy with me. He's still getting crazy with me. Why are you still going? Why are you still talking? Like, be quiet, hush your mouth. Knowing myself, my ass hopped to the front seat from the back seat. Mind you, the car's moving, everything, we're on the highway, and I was like, who are you talking to? Like, oh, like, I started screaming at him, like, it's like simple, it's delivery. Like, you don't know how to speak to me, don't speak to me. Like, we don't need to be doing this right now, because communication is very important to me. So like, bro, who are you talking to? So he didn't get that, and I was drunk, so you can't mix those two. It's kind of like, it's just lack of understanding, and then there's like the drunkness. So it's kind of like, this is finna turn really bad. And of course it did. Guys, this is the moment of truth. Don't judge me, please don't judge me. So this is when I realized, okay, something is seriously wrong with me, guys. I hopped my little self in the back of that seat, right? I mean, in the front seat. And I try to jump out that car. Like, I was like, let me out, and he would not let me out. And I was just like, nah, you're gonna let me out. And he was like, no. And what did I do? Open that door while we're on the highway. And he was like, what are you doing? So we're just like, the car is like moving and stuff. It was just insane. Like, the car was just swerving back and forth. And like, I don't know, like, I was bugged. Like, guys, I was bugging. He was just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, you gotta think, like, look what you're doing, like, going off on me. And I'm sitting there screaming, crying, like, oh no, like, I don't want to do this anymore, you know, like, and it kind of like stemmed from like other things that went into the relationship. You know, I'm not gonna really go into depth right. I'm not really gonna go into depth right now about it, but yeah, like, it stemmed from a lot. Like, it wasn't just like that random day I felt like being crazy, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't trying to do that. Now he pulls over, right? He pulls over and he's like yelling at me. He's like, oh, you can't be doing this. Oh no, you going home. Like, oh, you're bugging out and stuff. And me, I was just so emotional. I was crying my eyes out, and I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I was like, no, I'm not. And he was like, yes, you are. You're going home right now. So I'm sitting there. It starts all over again. So now I'm trying to like take the wheel from him, like yanking that, like where are you going? Like, no, you're not going anywhere. He's like, get off of the wheel. Like, are you insane? Like, we're just going back and forth. And yes, sometimes you just gotta admit when you a little toxic. And not only was I drinking some stuff, I was acting up. So I'll take that L. Like, there's no way that I was right in that story, but at the same time, some people, they just get these reactions out of you because they do certain things, you know what I mean? Like, so you kind of just can't take it anymore, and you just want all the hands. That's basically what it is. So now we reach, like, we're almost near my house, and we go, like, we're still like going back and forth with each other. And then he was talking his stuff, you know, like talking his shit. And I was like, nah, like, no, we're not gonna be doing this. Like, you're gonna give me respect, period. We're going back and forth for God knows how long. Then I get around like somewhere like close to my neighborhood, and I hop out the car because that's my opportunity. Like, let me get out this car because this boy got me effed up. And he's like, oh, get in the car or I'm gonna leave you. So I'm like, yo, you can leave me, bro. Like, you know what this boy did? We're near the highway. We're near the highway. He takes my wallet, and there's like a gigantic tall ass gate, and he really flings my entire wallet over that gate, guys. He flung my entire wallet over that gate. So you know where it went. It almost went into like the street with the cars. And you know, that's not something that you go and like, you like, oh, okay, yeah, you do my stuff, go get my wallet, yeah, ha, ha, ha. No, my wallet was on the highway, and I was tight. Like, I was like, are you serious? Like, I was so upset. Like, we just going back and forth. Like, I was like, why would you throw my wallet there? And he's like, I don't care. Like, because he got it from me. Bro, I don't give a damn what you got me. It's my belongings now. Don't do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're bugging out for doing that stuff to me. Now, he's like, oh, like, I start crying. Like, I'm hysterically crying because I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, what type of situation am I in? Like, am I in? Like, this is not normal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is very toxic. And, you know, like, nobody wants to deal with this type of stuff. So now homie is like, oh, yeah, like, oh, now he feels bad because I'm sitting here crying, and I'm just like, why do you do those type of stuff? Like, why would you throw my stuff over the gate? You know, mind you, my ass was just swerving the wheel, the steering wheel, doing all this extra stuff. So you know, both of us, like, we're out of our minds. Like, we just like not, we're young and we're in love. What is wrong with you? Like, that is not the way to go about stuff. I would never ever put myself through something like that ever again. This is not the end of it. He climbs the gate because he feels bad. So now homie is climbing a tall, when I tell you that fence, that gate, that fence, whatever it was called, was tall. It was tall. Like, it was like, whoa, like, you're really about to go get that from me? And he climbed over the gate and he surely got it from me, put it back in the car. He started the car, and you know, I was like tight, like, you know, like I was really tight. Like, I was like, what's going on? Like, you know, why is this happening? And we started like trying to speak about it a little bit, and I was just hysterically crying. Like, I was just like, you know, like, I really just don't like the way you speak to me. You just very rude, you're very disrespectful. Like, I don't think I could do this. All right, so I'm back. My camera shut off on me. So, you know, like, nobody wants to deal with that type of stuff, guys. Like, I know you don't want to deal with it, because I surely did not want to deal with it back then. I'm going well, I don't know, I'm laughing now because it's funny, but back then I was in tears. Like, I was like, how could somebody do that to a human being? Like, how could you toss somebody's stuff over like a gate? But then at the same time, it's like, girl, how could you swerve the wheel and do all of that extra stuff while somebody's driving? Like, are you out of your mind? Do you want to die today? Like, do you want to die? But I was like, finish him. Like, I don't care. Got to another block, and then he, like, we were in the car, and I don't know, I had Gatorade, and we kept arguing. We just kept arguing. Like, he just wouldn't understand. So I was going off on him, like, what the, don't you understand? Like, oh, you're disrespectful. He was like, oh, you crazy, like, look what you're doing. And like, he was like, call your friend, call your friend, call your friend, telling me call my friend to come get me. And I'm like, no, I'm not calling nobody. So he's trying to take my phone, and I'm like, don't touch my phone. Like, we just like hassling, like pulling the phone. So I get out the car, and he's like, get back in the car, because like I was drunk. And he was like, get back in the car, get back in the car, get back in the car, just like yelling at me. So I was like, no. And then I had the Gatorade in my hand, so you know, I had to be real dramatic and toss that on his car, like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you, like, you know, all of that extra stuff. Now I'm finally in the car. So we're driving down the block, and we get to like it's like some parking lot somewhere. It was like a parking lot or whatever. And now, listen, I know exactly where I'm at, so I didn't really care what happened from there. I was like, okay, well, too bad, you could drive away, I'll be fine. So now guys, it gets real spicy, because like, now it was crazy girl fully officially. If it wasn't from the highway, I thought the highway was crazy, but now it was like officially activated. So now I'm laughing because, oh my god, like, even if my ex sees this, he's gonna be like, yo, you're not about to try to make me look bad. Like, we're cool. So it's like, it's, wow, what the heck? Hold on, guys. You know, like, we're cool, so it's kind of like, you know, nobody cares. Like, the story's funny, it's something to tell now. He'll probably be like, he'll try to tell his version, but his version is not the truth. I know what I'm talking about. What happened? We were in a parking lot of somewhere, and he was like, I was like, oh, I don't care. Like, I still was going off on him, and he was like, oh, you just don't understand. Like, you could get out the car. I've been trying to get out the whole time. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I've been trying to get out the whole entire time. You talking about some, oh, you could get out the car now. Like, okay, bro, like, I'm gonna get out. So I got out the car, and no, I didn't get out the car. He told me get out, and I was like, this time I was like, no, because I'm gonna get out the car when I want to get out the car. Like, what are you talking about? I chose to not want to get out the car, and he was like, if you don't get out the car, I'm gonna make you get out the car. So he gets out his car, guys. He gets out of his damn car and tries to take me out the car, and I close the door, lock it, of course. And then what do? I go in the driver's seat. And I'm like, by then I'm sober, so it was okay. But I think I'm telling like 2 different stories, to be honest. Bruh. No, this is 2 different stories. So these are basically stories. One story is on the highway, and then this other story happened afterwards. So I'm gonna tell you guys 2 stories of how I could have got myself killed, how I could have got me and him killed. So my bad. Bruh. Now he's just like furious because I locked the door. That was funny to me. It's still funny to me. So I locked the door on him, and he's just like, oh my god. Like, so I get in the driver's seat, and no, actually no, this is not the same day that I got drunk. The day that I got drunk, he got in touch with my friend finally. And once we got in touch, he was like, oh, come get her, like, you know. And I was like, no, don't come. Like, I was screaming at her. I was like, don't come get me, like, he's disrespectful, like, he has to respect me, like, you know, crying and stuff. And she's like, all right, I'm coming, like, I'm gonna help you. I honestly don't know where the hell she came from, because I didn't tell her where I was. I think she just kind of heard and was like, oh hell no, like. And she found us, and she was like, oh my god, no, like. And I was just like, she was trying to drag me out the car. Like, it was her and her other friend, they legit had my legs trying to take me out the car. And my crazy self is like, no, like, no, I'm not going anywhere, like, no. And he's trying to like move my hands off something so they can like officially like get me out the car. And I'm like, no, don't touch me, like, no, like, I said no. And they're like, Jessica, like, let's go. I don't know if this story is mad long, because like, honestly, like, I think my makeup is gonna be done soon. So the other thing that happened, guys, this is a separate story. This is like not when I was drunk. This was another story where I think we were arguing about something, and he straight up, this boy had the audacity to straight up get crazy with me. So we were in like the parking lot. This is what we were in the parking lot, and I straight up took some, like, I was like, he got out the car trying to take me out the car, because I'm like, no, we're not doing it like that. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, you're bugging out. You're not about to tell me get out your car, because I'm not gonna get out your car. So he's telling me get out, and I'm like, no. So now he's trying to get like physical and take me, like, not hit me or anything. But he gets out the car, and then I close the door, and he's like, what are you doing? Open the door, open the door, open the door. And I'm like, no, like, you're tight. Like, now you're outside the door because you want to be a dummy and try to be stupid. How you feeling now? I'm trying to like open the door, and we're just going back and forth regular. And he's just like, he went in his truck. I'm like, what are you going in your trunk for? Like, what are you about to do? Like, mind you guys, I don't know how to drive. I don't, like, so I'm sitting here. It's an internal battle, and I'm like trying to figure out whether or not I'm about to just like start this car and drive off with it. And honestly, I don't know what was going through my head. No, I'm just sitting here debating with myself the whole entire time, like, yo, am I really gonna do this? Like, is this the smartest thing? Like, Jessica, this might be the craziest thing that you've done yet. The inevitable happens. Yeah, I put the powder off camera. There was a lot of creasing going on. But anyways, Mom, I told you I'm recording.
What you recording, Jessica?
My videos.
Oh, you cannot do this for me before you recording?
Alright, guys. My mom, she just walked in while I was recording, so my bad. Anyway, so let me continue. Long story short, I start the car. Okay, I start the car because I had a few lessons from him, you know. Gotta put it to test sometimes, you know, why not? I start the car. He's like, his head pops up because I told you he was in the, he's like trying to open the trunk and stuff. He's like, what are you doing? I'm just like, leave me alone, like get away from the car. He's just like, what are you doing? Stop the car, stop the car, stop the car. I don't care. Like, I'm a Taurus, we're stubborn. So my Taurus self is just like, no, not happening. You don't listen, I'm not listening. Put my seatbelt on, and I'm kind of like, you know what, it might as well just happen. I might as well just show him like I'm literally not playing, like get away from the car. I start moving it. You know what he does? At first he was like, what are you doing? Like he was panicking, but then I felt like he was just like really testing me in that moment. Like he went and he sat down on the side and was just staring at me like, go ahead, do what you wanna do, let's see what you're trying to do. So I'm not gonna hold you. I drove up in the parking lot, you know, I moved up a little bit. I was like, all right, I got this, like whatever. And I noticed like he was just sitting there, and I'm like, why are you just sitting there? Like, you know, like, you know, anything can happen right now, and it's my fault, but bruh, he was just sitting there. So I was like, oh damn, like now it looks stupid, bruh, because he's looking at me like, where are you really gonna go? Like, I know you're not this crazy, I know you're not about to move all the way like to West Bubble, you know what I mean? Like, I know you're not about to take this car somewhere. So now I'm like, you know, just kind of like, damn, you know, like you're in the car, you're moving around. So now I'm like moving the car, driving up and down. Then I went in a little circle, just literally just like playing around like a psychopath. He's just like, I don't care, you know? So what I do, I step up, like I stop the car, obviously. I know how to do those things, the simple things. I know how to drive now, a little bit, not like crazy, like expert, like let me go driving by myself. I rather like, I'm more comfortable driving with someone in the car. Stop the car, and he's just like, just not saying anything. So I'm just sitting there in the driver's seat, just staring at him while he's still sitting down, just like totally over it. Like in his head, he probably was like, I gotta get away from this girl. I gotta find a new woman. You know who is toxic in this scenario. You know who the toxic person was. And then he comes back, he finally gets up and he's walking to the car and he says, you done? You know? And honestly, the only thing I could say was just have that face on. You know, if you just, ladies, you know you got that face on, like, bro, get out of my face. But like, yeah, I'm done. He gets in the car and he just starts talking to me. Like, he was just like, I just want to know what be going through your head when you do certain things. Like, where were you going? I look like a clown. What the hell? My face is so yellow right now, guys. I hate that. Hold on. Oh no, I need to tone this down. You know, it comes to show you that, you know, some people are just insane. When I say some people, I mean myself. Like, I am like legitimately like insane. I just didn't know what I was capable of. Like, certain relationships just show you like, whoa, like I would never knew that I would go to this extent and try to, like, you know, steal someone's car. Like, I never thought that I was gonna steal someone's car. I never thought that I was gonna go and get drunk and swerve a steering wheel while we're moving. Like, these things, like, I don't know, guys, these type of things you just don't do. So where did I stop? I forgot where I stopped. Damn. Yeah, so anyways, I really forgot where I stopped at. Like, I don't remember where I stopped this story at. What was I saying? So yeah, I took the car, and yeah, we know I took the car, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he was just asking me what was going through my mind. And honestly, I don't know, relationships just be like really tearing your mental apart. Like, especially when you're not relationships, but like when you're in like a toxic relationship, obviously. Hold on. Like, I don't know, relationships in general, like that relationship for me was a really crazy, fun, wild, like spontaneous experience. Like I feel like it was like really fun, but then it was like really crazy. Like I don't regret it at all. It was just like it taught me how to act. Like it was just insane. I don't know, like we gone through so much things, and like I almost got that boy killed. Like I almost got us both killed, and it's crazy because it's like what just be going through people's heads. Like when I say people, I mean like what goes through my head. It has been like a very crazy adventure with him, but we're cool now. We cool. Like I never thought that he was gonna be cool with me, to be honest. Like just all of the stuff that we both did to each other, I never really thought that we would have been cool. Where is my tweezers? I don't know, guys. I feel like putting lashes on is probably like the hardest. I always say this, but this is legit like the hardest part of your makeup. It's either that or eyeliner, hands down. My advice to you guys is those type of experiences, avoid them by all means. You need to be avoiding any type of craziness that comes your way. Certain things, they just build up over time, and you just end up wanting to sock a nigga. But it's not right, so I don't condone that. And any person that doesn't want to kind of keep me leveled, vice versa, if I can't keep you leveled and it's gonna get to that point, then obviously we don't need to be doing this, because we're obviously not good for each other, and this could potentially get worse, you know. Like thank God it never got to a point where it was just like, you know, cops had to be called, and you know, like a lot of people be like, that could have been a situation where somebody could have called the cops on the other person, and it's 100% true. I'm still got a little crazy in me, but that relationship had me going nuts, because that's my only relationship. Like that's the only relationship that I ever been in, so it's kind of like, you know, shit happens. Like so sorry if this story was like very scattered and confusing. It's because like I kind of usually forget like what happened, like which story belonged to which story, because they're kind of similar. Like it's always something going down in a car. Like they're very much similar. Like so those are like the two different stories of like me almost getting somebody killed. Like it's not very fun. Not very fun. So I'm back, and this is the final look, and this is the conclusion of this video, and you guys have to tell me if you enjoyed the story. I know it was a little scattered. I apologize for that, obviously. It was scattered because I wasn't sure if like I was telling the right story, so then I kind of split it into just two stories, so you know, the more the merrier. Love you guys, and I hope you guys really like this video. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Be in competition with yourself, nobody else. And yeah, and I hope you guys are staying home and staying safe, and love you.